Alright, to the randomizer to set the order for GT qualifying ahead of this race. All 10 members of the chat series are in here. And it's Lucas out first this time. That's new. I'm going to go out 5th. And bad news for everybody else is that Evo goes out 9th. 4-time defending pole sitter. And Caleb in the Mustang, who I've done everything I can do for that car to make it competitive. We'll see if it matters here today. First GT out on track is the Hooters Lamborghini in Lucas. I should have ran more of these last night knowing that we were starting with him today. Just an entirely different lap. Little deep, but kept her under control and no spin on the exit. Slight lift required through Radion and Eau Rouge up here. Lambo handles it well. Got back to the gas a little early, but we saved it. All right. So many places around Spa for things to go wrong, and they have! It's a spin in qualifying. We better get that going again. We touched not even real grass. We touched the fake grass or that green whatever that they laid down here. That might not be the last one to do that either. Nearly did it again. Well, so obviously not going to be a very good benchmark time. And I also forgot to turn on penalties, but with a lap like this, it doesn't really matter. We'll turn them on from this point forward. Wow. Not a good start. We're just going an inch too wide. And then we got a bit of a death wobble going on. Not going to be a good time at all. Coming across the line with a 226.9. So somebody else is going to have to mess up an even grander fashion. And when I say somebody else, I mean me driving y'all's cars. But, yeah, obviously not great. We can do a lot better. And we will do a lot better. 226.9 for the Lambo. flashing the Audi up second. This could be a threat for pole. Who knows? We know this car's got speed. Winner at Le Mans, runner-up at Watkins Glen. Okay, all set through there. No issues. I have to tell myself not to take it easy just because we had that spin on the first one. Each car gets one shot. Alright, well, we're through there cleanly, so that's good news. Didn't make the same mistake twice. So far, it feels pretty good with the Audi. As long as we get through the bus stop, this could be a very good time early. But with some fast cars yet to go. Very, very slight lift. Yep. This should be good. Coming to the line with a 217.002, which I think is my fastest lap around here in a GT car in any lap that we've done so far this week. That could very well be our pole time, and we're only 2 cars in. But we'll see if that gets bested. But an early, tough time to beat for the Audi. So out we go with a Ferrari. Two-time race winner this year, Bathurst and Watkins Glen. Not a pole sitter, though. It came very, very close at the Glen. Thousandths of a second behind Evo. Got a tiny bit loose in there. Kept driving it, and we wound up all right. Curb grabbed me real good up there. Messed up my line a little bit. Big slide, that's not going to help matters. Wasn't the cleanest lap at the Glen either. Well, just one more hurdle with the chicane. See where the Ferrari places. Just again, a very slight lift just so we don't push way wide. Well, this could be close. Nope. 2:18, a full second off for the Ferrari. That might just be how much we nailed the lap with the Audi, or this car did get a slight nerf, being so high up in the order for the Glen, and then also winning the race. It was, I think it got a click down on the power adjuster and the output adjustment. So I guess that could be the reason, but considerably slower than the Audi. So it won't be the Ferrari on pole yet again. Corvette out. 17.002, I think, is the time to beat. Corvette a little tail happy early. Went a little deep. But again, kept the tires from spinning on the exit of the corner, so that's good news. That's going to be close. That actually, I think that's going to be legal. Judging by no penalty, I think we're going to be all right. All right, fine up the hill. Corvette is happy today, dancing around. Don't do what we did with Lucas. Gone on it a little bit. Not going to help matters. I think this is going to be very good. I've had to fight this thing the entire way around. Every corner it wants to spin. Well, we'll see how it stacks up. Coming to the line with a 217.857. Okay, so we're in that 217 bracket, so that was a lot better lap than I really thought it was going to be. Corvette, I think, is going to be just fine, and it needs a big race. It hasn't really had a big race all year. With only 2 races left, I don't know if it's got time to push its way up the standings, but we shall see. But a decent qualifying time, at least early on, here for the Corvette. And now, it is time for the 4GT that has been probably the most consistent, terrible qualifier, and it just so happens to be my car. So, out we go, hoping for some improvement. We shall see. I ran this car a lot during the 1 hour Spa grind race. See if that helps us today or not. Well, hello. I don't think lifting off the throttle is going to save us from a penalty there, but at least for the moment it has. Nope. 1 second penalty. So the adventures continue with the 4GT. Probably just a case of trying too hard. I somehow suspect we're not going to kill that whole thing off. Come on, turn, you bitch. Saying hello to some bollards again. Well, I think it's safe to say it won't be last. Lambo's got that locked up for the time being. However, it ain't gonna be good. Even without the penalty, it's not gonna have a chance. Coming to the line, final time with the penalty is going to be a 2:19.3. So we got one more chance this year with a 4GT to have one good qualifying session in it. It's not until October in Petit Le Mans, but it ain't good yet again. I have kind of held back on tuning this car just so it stays out of mostly everyone's way. I did give it a considerable boost yesterday, and it's still not really that good. I mean, even before the penalty, it's still setting a 2:18 lap time. So, oh boy, let's see how it happened. McLaren to the track. Believe it's last place in GT standings. It's either last place or ninth. It had a decent qualifying performance at the Glen. Not so much in the race. See what it does here today. No problems up Eau Rouge. Which is a nice change of pace from the previous lap we just did. I did not have to brake there at all. Felt like we carried a decent amount of speed through there. However, not a very good run through there. Shallow entry. But no big moments on this lap for the McLaren. So if it did get a tune-up, it should be somewhat decent. Through the bus stop. It's not going to be good. Actually, it's fairly decent. That's second place. 217.683 for the McLaren. Its best provisional qualifying spot of the year. Second place, beats the Corvette by a couple tenths of a second. Here in a moment, we're going to take a look and see how the McLaren did it. You know, I'm kind of surprised I haven't spun the tires out of turn 1. All qualifying yet. No matter what changes I seem to make to this Porsche, it always feels like it really gets bogged down up the hill, up Eau Rouge. Maybe it's just me making something out of nothing. Well, we go wide. Will we get bopped with another penalty? It appears not. I think we lost enough time on our own. Well, again, no matter the outcome here, we won't be last. Porsche will not be last. And that Lamborghini time is going to be even more significant. That's your GT points leader. It might not be that bad. Coming to the line, yeah, it's not great. 218.1, I think it beats a couple of the cars that have gone out thus far with 3 cars left to go. 218.1. Probably gives the McLaren a run if we don't go wide midway through the lap, but it is what it is. 218.1 for Rexy. Coming up next that hasn't had a lot of success is the Monster Energy Supra. And, of course, we've got our 4-time defending pole sitter, the Subaru, running in between those two. So the Supra up next. Another car that did get a big boost here ahead of Spa. How much will it help it, though? It seems considerably faster, I just don't know if it is. Lost it a little bit. Had to brake much more than we usually would. Well, we're putting together a decent lap. One more hurdle. That's the bus stop chicane. The final 2 corners here at Spa. For the Subi. Not the Subi. The Supra. I don't know. We could be onto something. Coming to the line for the Supra, it's a 216.3. This car is finally fast, and that is provisional pole by a good margin. By 0.7 of a second for the Supra. I keep saying Subi. The Subi's up next. It's won 4 straight poles. We'll see if this stands, but for the moment, Squid is on pole. Onward to the car that has won 4 straight pole awards. It is trying to sweep the month of June, winning the pole all the way back in February at Bathurst, then the Nürburgring, then Le Mans, and then Watkins Glen. Will it do it again? It's got a hell of a time to beat, a 2:16.3, fastest lap I've ran all week. Hard to say. Hard to say. This did take a slight downward turn in performance. I don't know if it's got what it takes. So the Subi out, trying to add a 5th pole award on the year. I feel like it's got very similar speed to the Supra. We'll see. Oh, we're on the green shit. That's not good. Carried a lot of speed in there, it felt, but had to give a lot of it up. Oh, we're flat out through there. That might help it out. But will it help it out enough? With 1 car left to go after this. Flat out through there. I don't think it's going to do it. It will not. And it's not even going to be second. I believe it is third. For the Subaru, its run comes to an end here at Spa. And what a run it was. You see the 4 red stickers on right behind the front tires. 4 pole awards in a row. No wins in that stretch, but maybe this is all it needed. Maybe it just needed to start back in the pack, have a little bit to fight for. Mustang, pole winner back at Daytona, has had no luck since. And this thing is back to running at full power. It's that slow. Or has been that slow for much of the year. Down towards Radillon. And then up Eau Rouge one final time in GT qualifying. Had to lift big there. Had to lift big there. It's just so big and heavy. I can't send it as much as I can with the other cars. It's gonna have to make it up somewhere else. Very similar problem to the Corvette, dancing around. Surprised I got this thing to turn. Honestly. Couldn't push it much at all through there. It's just tight. Handles like a cardboard box. I don't know though. Does it have a chance? No. Well, I've done all I can for the Mustang. It's not going to matter here today. Squid in the Supra is your GT pole winner, with prototype qualifying still to come. A 2:17.9. It's probably its best qualifying performance since Daytona for the Michigan State University Mustang, but it will not deny the Supra at Spa. GT qualifying complete. The Toyota Supra has finally won its first pole. The Audi gonna be second again. It's been second. I think it qualified second at Le Mans, actually. It has just missed poles time and time again, and it's going to come down to the over-adjustment on the Supra that did it. The McLaren, third. What a surprise performance for it. The Subaru is actually down in fourth place with a 217.7, barely eking out about a tenth of a second over the Corvette. The Mustang up to sixth. Again, I can't adjust it any higher. That's as good as it can do. I don't know why it was such a beast at Daytona. The Ferrari, a 218.0. Gonna have a long way to go back-to-back at Watkins Glen and here at Spa. The Porsche in 8th, the GT in 9th, and the Lambo that would have had a good run had we not spun. That was the first car out. There is your GT qualifying order for the Spa 24. Back to the randomizer. And Squid, good luck in the first qualifying group and winning pole. He goes out first in prototype qualifying. Jeff in the Peugeot second, Caleb in the McLaren third, Lucas in the Audi/Cadillac fourth, Ash fifth. Don't expect much out of me and Ash's cars here. I can't make them any better. Pat sixth, Evo seventh, Austin in the Long Boy, which is an absolute nightmare to get around Spa, in 8th. I go out 9th. Again, don't expect much. And our Le Mans pole sitter, right? It won pole somewhere. The less oil Toyota will go out last. So we're going to have some interest all the way down to the last car on this one. So it's the Doritos car out first. A nice, easy car to drive around here. Might get our bearings down when it comes to running a prototype earlier than we usually would. Pretty much every car outside of the Long Boy flat out through here. With really no problem. You don't even have to take any of the curb if you don't want to. Cars like this, just so nice and easy to drive. Oh, that nearly got very bad. All right. Well, no big moments on our first lap. Let's see what Squid's car can do. Obviously, it'll be provisional pole, first car out. Not sure if it'll stick there. Coming to the line with a 201.0. It's solid. Probably going to be beaten. It should be beaten. But in terms of first laps, that's not abysmal. 201.072 for the Doritos Spicy Sweet Chili Toyota. So out we go. It was a decent opening lap for the Toyota. Won't be too tough to beat, I don't think, but it could stand for a little while, I suppose. Slight little wiggle there as we got back on the throttle. No issues up Eau Rouge. Good. I've been saying all year this car was going to win a race. It finally did. Last week at the Glen. Went quite deep there. Oh, nearly too wide there again. Very sketchy entry in here. It's kind of falling apart for the Peugeot a little bit. Not terrible, though. Just a couple little mistakes. We'll see if this car still has the speed to take provisional pole away from the Toyota. Car just wouldn't turn. Coming to the line with a 2-minute .7. It does take pole away from the Toyota. It's just a faster car. It's just a better car. Not surprising that even a messy lap is top of the board right now. But will it stand throughout the rest? I think one of these cars is going to break 2 minutes. I don't know which one. I think one of them's gonna. pretty much again since Daytona. I've done a lot to try and get this car competitive. I think I'm flat out through here. Yep. I never know with, especially this one being a VGT, if I can push it. You just never know with these kind of cars. Not terrible. Don't know if that was a bad entry or if I just had to get out of it. Just gonna push into the artificial grass. Probably about as good as I can run the McLaren here. See if it matters. To the line. It's not gonna be pole. And I do believe that is... That actually could be second. That's going to be really close, I think. I think it was a 201.0 something. I think it might have been an 075. So that might be second place right now for the Michigan State McLaren, which is a big improvement over what it's done as of late. See how that holds up as qualifying continues. This could be a pole contender if we get this right. but it comes down to me to get it right. Not a good exit at all. Spun the tires just a little bit. Good run up there, though. Took some curb. I hit about every bollard I could up here. Good Lord. Went wide, didn't lose grip though. Good. Well, I finally missed the bollard, so that's gotta be good. Bollards don't slow you down a lot. Tiny bit. To the line for the Hooters car. It is gonna be sub 2 minutes with a 1:59.5. I knew we were gonna do it. That's probably really terrible, all things considered, but for me, that's fairly good. 1:59.5 for the Hooters Audi Cadillac. Out we go. Let's see what we can salvage with the Toyota. See if we get away with that. I did that earlier in qualifying. Didn't bot me. Alright, well, we're flat out up the hill. That's good to know. Absolutely sent it. You gotta brake earlier in this car than you do the others. And we're just gonna go wide, I guess. Yeah. Terrible. But this car is a handful compared to everything else we drive. It's always rough to jump into this and try and set a good time. We're also gonna go deep here. Okay. Fucking hell. Oh, that's terrible. A 202.7. It wasn't going to be much better, but then that final corner just completely ate it alive. Well, let's watch mediocrity. Another car that could break 2 minutes takes the spawn now in the Porsche. Another one of these older prototype cars that can absolutely fly. No issues through Eau Rouge. Good. That kind of stunk. Saying hello to our good friends, the Bollards. I don't think at this pace it's breaking 2 minutes. Unless this is just deceptively fast and I don't quite realize it. But I don't really suspect that to be the case. I think it may have had a chance. We hit a curb there right at the very end. Popped it up in the air. 2 minutes, 0.5 for the Porsche. So, a decent run out of Pat. But not really what it takes to be at the top of the field right now. Won its first thing ever at the Glen. Started up front, started on pole position, and then its race just fell apart, as Evo's cars tend to do, unfortunately. A little wide through there. I don't really know if that costs us any time. I guess we'll see at the end. should be fairly decent. Well, we'll see what kind of time we put together. Is it faster than the other Audi or not? To the line. No, it is not. 2 minutes, 0.3. Fairly good, but nothing challenging the Hooters car as of right now. Believe that's second place. Could be wrong, but pretty decent for the Audi. It is the Nissan. And Lucas should feel very safe at the top of the board right now. Simply because these two cars do not really have much of a chance at pole. Austin's car and my car. The only one that might have a chance to beat it goes out last in the less oiled Toyota. That's the Nissan long boy sound we know and love. Or hate. Front-wheel drive piece of shit. Well, away it goes. Yep, knew it. I told you why I was dreading driving this car. It can't handle that, and we get bopped with a penalty as well. It's impossible. I don't know why. It's just got no grip up there. Or there. I bet Austin's hoping he isn't running Spa. Because 2 hours of this would be an absolute disaster. I can't stand driving this car. Even when it's stock, it's still terrible. I get bopped with another penalty there, just for going wide. With the penalty, it's a 204.5, which might put it behind Ash. I don't know. Another car that could very well qualify behind Ash is the same exact car she drives, which is mine. And I don't feel very good about our chances to qualify well, really the rest of the year, so we shall see. But 204.5 for the Nissan Longboy. We're gonna see if we can't get around here somewhat cleanly, so I don't have to start last again. All right. Ooh, I don't know. That's probably going to get penalized. No. Somehow not. I got away with one. Way deep. This car does not like that corner at all. Tail happy. Got me off my line. It's going to be better than what Ash did, as long as we don't screw up the bus stop up here. Whoa, we go wide there, though. That's not good. Lucas is in no danger. 201.093. Well, I'm not going to start last for once. Remains to be seen who will. One car left to go. Lucas is on pole. Let's take a look at what I did, and I don't really know if there's much more I can do to put a good lap down with this thing. It's just, it loves to dance all over the place. Final car out for qualifying. Here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Twitch does that to me all the time, too. I never get notifications for Austin streams. That was not great, but we didn't really lose any speed. See if the less oil car can make up for it somewhere else. Now taking the Lucas line, hitting the bollards. It's not clean by any means, but neither was Lucas's. I don't know if it's going to be enough to be sub 2 minutes. I don't know. Coming to the line, I think it might have a chance. Let's see. 158.993. Out of nowhere. I didn't think it had any chance, but the last car out is our pole sitter and will lead the entire field to green this Saturday at Spa. Prototype field will line up like this Saturday for the 24-hour experience, if you will call it, at Spa. Jordo, her third pole of the season, and after taking a break from the top at Watkins Glen, back on top here for Spa. Lucas will start second, Evo in third, Pat in fourth in the Porsche, Jeff fifth in the Peugeot, and then you get to the interesting one. Squid kind of got screwed. That car probably should have qualified sixth. But just, again, the disadvantage of going out first. So Squid is seventh. I start eighth, and Ash is going to start ninth. It usually comes down to, it's just the less mistakes between these two cars as to who gets the nod. And the Nissan, again, it's the hardest car to drive in this field, and it just can't, it has no grip going up the hill and going up Eau Rouge, so it will start last. But the Toyota, once again, to the top of the board by a good 0.6 of a second. Goodness.